press this button. Yeah. Was it going continuous? Yeah. I don't hear it, man. It's check sure my ears don't have me.
It's really faint, but
It's still there. Well, we can change that. We can change. Here we go. We got to get rolling. Welcome to the 2014 high school football season. It's the opener, believe it or not. We are here. Friday night lights are on at Silverdale Stadium as we get ready to roll into tonight's contest as the Central Kitsap Cougars face the arch rivals, the South Kitsap Wolves. And it'll be South Kitsap in the white uniform, CK in the home orange with the kickoff. A beautiful kick, forcing the CK receiver back to that goal line, and he's going to bring it out just beyond the 10. Let's see where they're going to place that one. Well, I'm the Dr. Doc Parr for West Sound TV. Spencer Anderson's doing the camera and working the computer for the KitsapSun.com. Kitty Campagna on that other microphone. And Kitty, can you believe it? Here we are.
Well, Doc, when they decide to start it, don't they? Just out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, and of course, this is game number 2 in a doubleheader, which means they apparently don't do the Star Spangled Banner twice.
Good point. Those little details that we're used to, but unbelievable. This cannot be Friday Night Lights. It's still like July, isn't it?
Yeah, right off the handoff for Central Kitsap. A nice job on the D that time by the South Kitsap Wolves. And as we get going here, we'll get those names for you on the teams.
Well, this should be an exciting matchup. Last year, CK won this 28-14, but South Kitsap had 29 penalties that were enforced that evening. And we realize they are no longer league rivals, but they will forever be Kitsap County rivals.
Many, many years this rivalry has been going on. And a quick handoff, good end running around, but once again, the South Kitsap D is right on. Quarterback tonight, Caleb Bates for the Central Kitsap Cougars.
Yeah, Central has a variety. They have quite a few players who have experience, but according to Coach Keel, it's the ones that are new to the program or that are new to starting on varsity that are going to make the difference.
Well, great write-up in the Kitsap Sun on Thursday in their football preview section there on all the teams. I can't believe Coach Keel has been here. This is his 15th season coaching.
And he still looks like he's 40. It's amazing.
Oh, come on. He's coming around this near side. Driven out of bounds. It's going to be close to a first. We'll have to see what the men in stripes have to say about that one.
Well, this is exactly what was said about this quarterback as compared to Riley Pascal last year. He has a little bit more, he's more mobile. They're going to use him more as a runner. So that has worked out for a first down.
Yeah, Bates gets it. Just underway here in the first quarter, the 10:15 mark.
Doc, I'm just going to hold my reading glasses as a magnifier right here, I think. I should have saved the magnifier I got when I competed in the senior games this year.
Man goes in motion, and a quick handoff up through the middle for a couple, and Hankey, our first penalty of the night here, first penalty of the season.
As long as we have a penalty, our referee tonight, John Lambert, the umpire, Brent Goldrick, line judge, Fred Perkins, linesman, Mike Williams, back judge, Ace Beckham, and the alternate is Jack Lawson.
And that was a face mask against South Kitsap, so they'll be talking to Central, giving them their options.
You know, you just always kind of wonder why they even have that conversation. No, we'd like to stay right here and get just what the play gave us instead of that extra 15 yards.
Sean Bearfield was talking to the main man. The man in the white hat is our head referee, and that would be John Lambert. And whistle blows to stop things. If John wants to check and be sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. So first down and less than 5 now for the Cougars.
Man in motion.
Man, that drive's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, South Kitsap read that pretty nicely. Number 61, right in on it, Joshua Smith.
Yeah.
I have the wrong side. Sorry about that one.
Will Gatlin was also there.
That was Kenny Staffney.
So no gain on that one. Second down coming up. And ball loose. South Kitsap saying they got it. And John Lambert, the man in the white hat, agrees. So the first big break of the game comes for South Kitsap.
Well, that was exactly it. Coach Keel said second day of practice they were having some difficulty keeping a hold of the ball, but they've had more than 2 days now, so I'm sure that won't please him.
Well, now we will see South Kitsap's offense out there on the field. They've got great field position at the Cougar 26-yard line. And Canton Cooper, the coach's son, Eric
Cooper Canton.
Cooper Canton, excuse me.
How dare they put last names first to confuse us on these rosters.
Eric Canton, the head coach for the South Kitsap Wolves, third year that he's doing coaching for them.
Cooper's been the starting quarterback for several years, and he was the ball boy prior to that for several years. But we already see a flag on this particular play.
Yeah, it was a nice completion, though.
I think there might have been movement from when that was thrown, but we'll see.
And again, in that preview, it said that they were going to put more emphasis on the passing game, which is a little unusual for the South Kitsap teams that we have known of yore.
Well, last year, Cooper threw for 1,414 yards and 11 TDs, and that was without emphasis. Now, they're not going to be afraid of using DeWalt Marchad, though, the one they call a bowling ball.
Well, that'll move them back a ways. South Kitsap goes back to the Cougar 31-yard line, and they do get the down back, first down. Uh-oh, little trouble on the
They too had some
snap.
problem.
There's another yellow flag coming out, and we'll have to see what that one is. That was Marshad DeWalt.
Penalties were the bane of this South Kitsap team last time, with that many against Central Kitsap when they played in Port Orchard.
And again, it looks signaled against the Wolves. They're going the wrong direction, Kitty.
If you're a South Kitsap fan, if you're a Central Kitsap fan, I'm thinking you're liking what you're seeing.
There's a lot of them. Look at both sidelines are full of players. They must have had a great turnout.
Well, you know, CK, they are now a 3A school, but that's hard to believe what you see on the sideline. But they also have freshmen in the building now.
So another first down, but ball back to the 36-yard line. Showing a little bit there, possible.
Oh, now some more difficulty.
Yeah. And a nice little defensive job that time by CK, number 60. Evan Lund going in there.
Number 11, Kelsey Deere, was out on as the secondary, and he went towards the receiver. Had he stayed where he was, he would have been where the ball was thrown, but you certainly can't anticipate that.
Unless you're Richard Sherman.
Unless you're Richard Sherman. Yeah, well, they didn't throw anything at him. Must be boring to be Richard Sherman, is what he says.
Yeah, congratulations. The Hawks winning number 1. Second down now. 20
Still,
to
the
go.
snap is just hurting them.
And Marchand with the carry again, and he'll pick up some yardage on that, but not even back to the original line of scrimmage there.
And do not adjust your TV or your internet feed on this. Marchand is 5'5", 256, so very much a square that you're seeing out there. But very skilled. He runs pretty quick 40, and as he says, he's field fast.
Thus the nickname, the bowling ball.
He just runs them over. Try to tackle that man with. He has all kinds of lifting records with South Kitsap. And
I saw that.
they had players like Benji Olson, just a couple of them who have played Tony Coates. You're talking pro players who didn't have those records.
Drop back to pass is complete. That'll get him back up to about the 25-yard line.
Doc, it's 4th in the original 10.
Yeah, I guess, yep, 26. That's where the ball is going to be placed. And it is 4th down.
Now, we have seen in the past couple years a lot more attempts at field goals, but that's a huge distance at that extra 10.
It will be a great night, though, for it. No wind, hardly at all. And what little wind there is coming from behind South.
What a gorgeous day. I think it was 80 when the first game started today.
Out of the shotgun. Uh-oh, 2 of them.
I think we're going to have a pass interference.
Yankees, I think so.
Had not the gentleman on the side thrown one, I think he did have the better view, so I'm trusting that call. The guy behind was pretty much blocked out, so it would have been tough to see.
Pass interference against the Cougars. So that should be a first down for South Kitsap, who just chose to go for it on 4th.
No real surprise that they would do that in high school football. So Doc, I don't remember correctly, but did CK have these helmets last year?
No, they look new.
They're pretty snazzy. They are the orange version of the Notre Dame gold helmets. I don't think they're made out of orange leaf like Notre Dame's gold leaf, but.
And we have a brand new scoreboard. Did you notice that here at Silverdale Stadium?
You know, I heard the first guy talking about it, saying there's some pretty cool features, but I think they're learning some of those features yet.
It's got all 3 schools listed on there. Central, Olympic, and Klahowya.
It does. Uh-oh, he's still going.
Oh, into the end zone. Let's see. I haven't seen a signal yet. There it is. Touchdown, South Kitsap. And it was the bowling ball knocking over some Central Kitsap pins on his way in.
So it's 6:43 here in the first quarter.
Last year's contest was at South Kitsap at Joe Knowles Field over there.
Well, and last year it was also a league game, and it was weird to look at that preview where they show what the scores were for the previous year against that team, and the only one where there's a history is South. The rest of CK's schedule is going to be brand new to them.
And it's good for the PAT from Nolan Souza. Yeah, it's going to be a whole different landscape here in Kitsap County and the leagues. Now, Central Kitsap is still a member of the Narrows League, but they have gone down to Division 3.
3A, yes.
3A, and South still in the 4A, the big schools.
The bigs, I like it.
And so
the big leagues.
This, as most high school fans know that will keep up with high school football, is usually one of the final games of the season for Central and South, and quite often with major playoff implications involved. This time, I can't quite say non-league, but a non-divisional contest.
That is correct. And this game does not count in any of their stats as far as whether or not they'll get into playoffs. And that will be interesting when we get a little later, closer to the end of October.
And yeah, that was great. They had one score from last year.
That was it.
The CK-SK game.
And next week they play a 2A team right here again, not as the home team. It's going to be the Battle of Buckland Hill against Olympic High School.
Which is great to see. We haven't had that for a couple of years. I think 2011.
Yep, that was what I'm trusting the Sun. That's what I'm going with, the Kitsap Sun.
And South Kitsap Wolves booted away. Ball picked up, and almost picked up, and picked up again, thank goodness, for the Cougars. And number 22 takes it out to about the 20-yard line. That'd be Sean Bearfield.
Yeah, he was listed as one of the running backs for this evening. They'll use quite a cadre of running backs and see what's going to work for them, and they have several different wide receivers. I was told that Brian Andrews will not be playing tonight, and he is one of their biggest weapons at 6'4", 230, the tight end.
Well, second offensive series now for Central Kitsap. South on the board, 7-0. Man goes in motion, crosses in front of the quarterback. And pulling it down and picking up maybe a couple yards on that one is quarterback Caleb Bates.
It was go forward or die. There were not a lot of options right there with the South Kitsap Wolf right in his face.
Coming in is DeAndre Sincere, excuse me. One team has the first names first, and the other one has
I know,
the last names
just
first.
to add that extra challenge
rosters.
for us.
Oh, nobody in the backfield. 5 people out for Caleb. Quick pass out to the flat, and his receiver caught it. I think actually lost a yard or two and fell down.
Yeah, in high school football, you can get back up, but you can't go anywhere once you hit the ground, unlike pro football.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him about the line of scrimmage. So that's going to bring up third down now, and 8 to go for the Central Kitsap Cougars on their own 29-yard line. We've got about 5:45 left to go in this first quarter, and timeout.
For South Kitsap, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things that bright, good-looking scoreboard down there has timeouts left.
It does,
TOLs.
doesn't it? All right, it has all kinds of things up there.
I like it. Especially as the eyes get older, it's nice to have that brighter, crisper picture.
Yeah, exactly. It's called eyes are not what they used to be. At least I'm really liking this particular set of uniforms for CK. They are very readable from up here. We've had the ones at North Kitsap that are their black uniforms with a purple number, and that one's almost impossible. We're looking for neon next time. Well, so far, South Kitsap's defense has really shown up. CK hasn't gotten a whole lot of yards. The most yardage that they got was on the one penalty, and they just are not having a lot of success.
Yeah, those 3 down linemen there are pretty big young men.
They fill up some space.
They sure do.
Uh-oh.
No.
There's one that's going to be 5. That was number 50. We're not supposed to tell you who that was. So in high school, they do not name the person who is responsible for the penalty typically.
We can say it was a false start.
Yes. And it was one of those where he just fell forward.
So now it's going to be third down and 13 to go. Ball moved back to the 19-yard line of the Cougars.
The first down that they had earlier was on a run by the quarterback, and it was a About a 10-yard run, but this is quite a bit to ask for him to do. Oh, he better.
Look out. He got it away. Nice job. And he finds the open receiver for a first down.
That was beautiful. That was well run.
That was very well run and some excellent defense.
Kelsey Deere with the reception.
That was some great defense, too, by South Kitsap, almost running that QB down in the back.
And that is where that mobility of Caleb is going to be really important, getting away from somebody who's just flying at him, unblocked.
First down, and the ball is out to the 33-yard line.
Interesting triple receivers over on this side. No block for the running back.
Whoa! There's a flag. Late hit, which is a shame because it was a good defensive play that time by Dominic Vargas.
He did a great play, brought the guy down, and just that continuation by the other players not realizing, I don't know if they didn't hear the whistle or what was going on.
So that's going to give Central Kitsap some more yardage.
Vaughn Beebe coming into the game for CK, listed as one of the starting running back. He had 683 yards last year and 11 touchdowns.
And Jamison Johnson out there conferring at 6'4", 217. Oh, that's going to move it almost to midfield. Best field position so far for the Cougars.
Most definitely. They have not crossed into Wolf territory, although one of their receivers is definitely crossed in.
He's into Wolf territory. Yeah. That's number 11, Kelsey Deere. He moves back.
He's corrected himself.
First down for the Cougs. Man goes in motion. Fake the handoff. Nice job there. And he's still on his feet. Now out of bounds finally. South Kitsap finishes him off. Number 2 for the Wolves, Jacob Lewis, finished that tackle.
Logan Guerrero with the initial hit. He's just a junior. Sean Bearfield came in from the sideline with the play, I'm assuming.
That's going to be a pickup of good 5 yards at least. 6, they say now. 4 to go on second down for CK.
In Wolf territory.
One man behind the quarterback, and ball's loose. South Kitsap's got it, and they're going with it all the way into the end zone for another score for the South Kitsap Wolves. Oh boy, there is a flag though. We'll have to see what that is.
I was trying to figure out, I thought it was a 22 who carried that in, but I don't have a 22 on my
I think it's 32.
roster. Oh, 32,
He's still
okay.
holding on to it.
Oh, then it is Ramon Marin.
Finally has to give it up. Oh boy. CK dodged a big bullet there. The penalty against the Wolves. Now, I'm sure it was after the fumble.
Well, where the flags are, you would assume that. It must have been some sort of crazy block, but I can't see why he had such a lead.
Let's see what John Lambert has to say.
Block in the back.
Against South Kitsap.
And from the point of the infraction.
They'll move him back even further. But another turnover for the Cougars. What did you say earlier? Holding on to that ball.
That's so important for him. That is the second turnover by fumble. Now, South has had some similar issues on those handoffs, right? Just getting the ball to their quarterback, but they haven't lost any of them yet.
Cooper going down deep in the air. Intended receiver there. And who's got it? It's... Oh, they're going to say the South Kitsap receiver hung on to it. Great job that time by Braden Maynard.
That's a senior leadership right there.
Wow.
6'2", 180. What a catch.
And I don't know how you could have done much better defense.
Well,
Knock it
possibly
out, maybe.
as the coaches are yelling right now, turn around. You can't just, but if he'd done that, he might have lost a step on the receiver because there's some speed with Maynard.
So South Kitsap takes it down deep. Ball is on the 1-yard line. First down, first and goal to go. Cooper puts the man in motion.
Don't go inside like that, Sean.
And off to Marshawn. In for another score, Marshawn DeWalt.
In less than 2 minutes, South Kitsap scoring their second touchdown.
And both of them on turnovers.
Exactly.
Coming off of turnover.
But you have to give them great credit for that pass play on the prior play.
That was a good-looking pass, and what a great fight for the ball by the South Kitsap receiver.
Well, Cooper's been passing to a couple of these guys for several years now, so you're seeing that chemistry out there.
Nolan Souza on the PAT attempt. It's good. Looks like he's got plenty of leg. Let's see that for a attempted field goal from the 20 or 30-yard line.
Now, any of the people who were here for the first game, Clahalia did something very similar. They went out ahead 14-0, actually with 8 minutes left in the first quarter, and proceeded to lose it 25-24. Just a heartbreaker to Elma. The Eagles won, but the wrong set of Eagles if you're from Kitsap County.
That's right. It was Eagles versus Eagles on that one.
Lots of flocks in the descriptions tonight, let me tell you.
And I remember many years ago doing a playoff game down in Elma, Washington. Brent Woolard and me, and I think Patricia doing the camera. And
Doc, we have gone to
basically
some strange places.
in a chicken coop across from the stands. And it was a rainy night.
Well, you had a rough then. What are you complaining about?
At least we had a rough.
That's
yeah.
right. I remember one where you and I did it and we didn't have it, but I think it was just cold, not rainy. So.
We've had a few of those. So South Kitsap, 2 scores here so far in the first period, and we still have 4:31 left to go. So Salzo kickoff. And a pretty nice kick.
I'm hearing whistles already,
Yep,
though.
all over.
Well, this got started so quickly, we didn't have an opportunity to thank the Kitsap Sun for maintaining the live stream here so that this can be brought to our community and way beyond. And they have several different sponsors this year: Peninsula, Subaru, Dickey's Barbecue, and Amy's on the Bay. So some of those being South Kitsap, but it sounds like they're going to be sponsors for the year, which is really nice.
Well, Peninsula Subaru has been great. They've been supporting the Sun's streaming of high school sports for a few years, and of course now it's more than just Subaru. They got Mitsubishis and Triumph and Husqvarna motorcycles.
And I'm always impressed that you can say Husqvarna.
I have a Husqvarna lawnmower, and I love it.
There you are.
And it's orange.
And it's orange.
Another good kick forces the receiver back to about the 3-yard line. He's got some running room, though. Does a nice job of bringing it out. And that would be number 35 for the Cougars, Von Beebe.
Bringing him down, was that number 9? I wasn't sure. Or 6 is who I thought it was. Braden Maynard.
And both Maynard and number 9, Noah French, have been in on some tackles tonight.
There you are. We'll just...
It could have been either
It's one of those.
Okay, first down for the Cougars. Ball just beyond their own 25-yard line. Oh, nice choice.
Caleb's heading for that sideline.
And good job.
Oh, there's the
Uh-oh.
flag
Yep.
again. He pushed him.
You can't touch him outside the boundary there. But nice job once again by Caleb Bates. He
Yeah.
is taking some lessons from Russell, it looks like.
There you are.
Pulling that ball down, knowing when to see that hole and run.
Do you think he requested number 3 and didn't get it? He just,
Well, I got number 2.
number 2 is pretty close. Kevin White got number 3, so maybe he has a better Russell impression.
Well, and that's definitely going to move the ball a distance. And again, you talked earlier about last year's game with so many penalties. And we have seen that tonight.
Yeah, that they're having some problems with that again.
So they'll move the chains in Central Kitsap in South Kitsap territory for the first time tonight.
They look pretty good in Wolf territory.
Quick pass to the flat there. Nice.
Oh, nice block.
Yeah, there was a great block to spring the runner there. They tried that one before, didn't get much, but this time it sure did. But kind of gimping off is number 4. That would be Kendall Yeagle.
He had some injury problems previously, so
Yeah.
this is his first varsity experience.
He's coming back to the trainer. Looks like it could be a cramp though, down there. Second down now and about 4.
Yeah, on a warm night like tonight, it may not seem that warm, but they've had a lot of heat all day.
Bates with a couple of steps, another quick pass out to the side on this near side, and that big old number 44 out there would be Isaiah McGee.
And a CK first down with that.
They're moving the chains now.
These guys have to make sure they hydrate a lot, as they were, one of the Klahowya coaches kept yelling every time out, water, water, water.
Yep. Yeah, it is one of those kind of nights that you need to keep hydrated. We've seen terrible things happen in the U.S. Open tennis matches this year.
Talk to Mr. Murray. Yeah.
Well, today Peng Shui,
Oh, did he?
she,
okay.
the Chinese lady had to actually be taken off the court in a
Oh.
wheelchair.
It was really hot in New
Terrible.
York. It was not
Hot
good.
and humid. That's the way it gets to be there in September.
This one, that was about a 3-yard gain.
Second down coming up for Central Kitsap.
These guys move down within their, they have like a box that they can be within and can't go beyond that on the sidelines.
2.5 to go in the first. This time it's a handoff to the running back. And stopped pretty nicely there by number 51 and 58. 51 is Will Gatlin, and 58 would be Skip Johnson.
I was going with a pack of wolves myself.
Third down now, lost a yard or 2 on that. About 7 to go to get to the first down.
Minute 55 left here in the first quarter.
Roll out by Bates. He gets his receiver, and that is first down, Central Kitsap. Ball goes down to about the 18, 19-yard line there.
Yeah, that tackle looked like he took off that head of the Cougar.
First down, 1:39 left to go in this first quarter. And Central Kitsap in the red zone. Bates keeping things alive on his feet. Now, he did have an open receiver, but it looked like he almost slipped. I couldn't tell whether he was slipping to try to get the ball, which was a low pass, or if he slipped and then the ball went.
Well, the receiver it was going to had 2 Wolves on him. Jacob Lewis, one of them.
It's nice, though, to see Caleb Bates use his feet to keep things alive out there.
Not just a drop back passer, and I think they knew that from day one.
Caleb, only a junior, too. Second down for the Cougs. Oh, Caleb, he almost got it to an intended receiver down there at about the 3-yard line. That was intended for, not sure. I think, did you catch it? Was it Christian Jacobs?
I could not read the number either.
Okay. So it's going to bring third down. Now they can get a first down by getting inside the 10. Got to make it to about the 9-yard line. And timeout CK with 1:18 left to go here in quarter number 1. And the Wolves up on top 14-0. But a lot of time left in this contest.
Oh, yeah. The Wolves, so far, their scores have come off some turnovers. CK finally moving the ball pretty nicely here. And again, with some help from penalties. So it would be kind of fun to see it without too many more yellow hankies out there.
Yeah, but it is the first game of the season. We got to remember that.
That is true, definitely. No, that's something you're going to see early on, and those are things, that's why they play these kind of preseason. They do count towards their record, but they don't count towards their league records. They want to get a feel for where they are in their program. Going out there playing against your own guys, you just don't get that feel.
Well, for many years, the Narrows League had 4 seeds into playoffs, but this year, because of that divisional split, it looks like it may only be 3.
Yes, they thought it might be, and that's for one. They're one team down in the 4A.
Third down. Man goes in motion. Bates moving out of the way. It was a nice attempt, and the pass is incomplete. That was a nice attempt at that, giving the quarterback some more time, but he was run over by that big bad Wolf.
He did do a good job of keeping him out of there immediately. Long enough time to buy a little bit of time and get the throw off, but nice job by the secondary. There have not been a lot of openings.
So that's going to bring up fourth down now for the Cougars. Ball on the South Kitsap 19-yard line, and they will be going for a field goal attempt. Number 3, Kevin White. Oh, bad snap. Don't know if that was an intended play. Yes, it was. Oh, and they didn't quite
Did not get the first down.
Cole Craner for the South Kitsap Wolves. That one looked like it was almost going to be perfect.
Yeah, I don't think they expected that, but you got to get the full 10 yards if you're going to run that.
Well, and they did what they needed to do. The holder took off.
Right, and was a blocker.
The potential kicker, actually, and Caleb was the holder, and so he had the ball and was able to pass it downfield, moved it all the way down to the 10-yard line, but unfortunately it was fourth down for the Cougars, and the South Kitsap Wolves take over with 1 minute left to go in the first quarter, but they are deep in their own territory.
Well, and this isn't a bad plan either. If you can keep them deep, you're going to get the ball back by the second quarter, and we'll see what's going to happen. Oh, another timeout already. Wow. That's 2 gone for South Kitsap.
Well, I'm not sure about the reasoning behind that one, but apparently the coach saw something that wasn't right, or...
But we're liking that feature where it does have timeouts left on the scoreboard, so.
Yep.
So, Doc, I know you said you'd read the article about when South Kitsap won state. Didn't you also tell me that you were present for that?
Yes, indeed, at the old Kingdom over in Seattle. We were doing South Kitsap football that year, and Mr. Roger Fossum, my good buddy, and Larry Rowe, who's in town right now visiting. The three of us were over there at the Kingdom to follow the exploits of that team. What a great team. Just a bunch of really good guys. And it said in the article over and over, all the coaches and everybody said that the real important part was the camaraderie.
And that was something that Coach Canton said he liked about this particular team, that they are getting along well. Last year's team just wasn't quite the happy campers that he had hoped for.
Well, 23, Marshawn DeWall gets a little bit of breathing room there for Cooper. He'll pick up about 7 yards on that one. And again, there it goes to DeWall. And he's got himself a first down out for the 25, 26-yard line. Clock stops with 10 seconds left to go here in this first quarter as they move the chains.
I'm thinking we're going to see the end of the quarter any moment now.
It looks like it. They won't even have to take a timeout.
No.
Well, here we are, the end of quarter number one, game number one of the 2014 high school football season. And South Kitsap Wolves lead the Central Kitsap Cougars 14-0. And here we go, ready to begin the second quarter of action from Silverdale Stadium as the Central Kitsap Cougars, Narrows League 3A division, host the South Kitsap Wolves, Narrows League 4A division. And currently the Wolves up 14-0 over the Cougars with the ball. Uh-oh, ball's loose down on the ground and picked up by the quarterback. And that's going to be a loss of a couple there. Quarterback running over to the sideline to get his instructions. So second down, about 13 to go now. Man in motion.
Get over there. We got a sink over there.
Quick shot to the back, and he'll pick up, well, maybe he'll get a half a yard, but another yellow flag out there on the far side of the field.
That was a really nice man-on-man tackle there, open field. But I think they've called a face mask on the offense is what it looked like. Coach Canton's probably trying to figure out how many other ways they can get a penalty.
We'll see after the discussion with CK.
No, I'm not sure what that actually, it's been declined because they didn't get much on it.
Yeah, they would have got the down back had they taken it.
Correct.
So third down now, and I guess maybe they gave him half a yard on that one. Third down for SK. Ball in between the 18 or 24 yard, around the 24 yard line. And they got the pass complete. They had the first hit, but the receiver runs through at least 2 tackles.
That was Ramon Marin again, number 32. Took forever before number 4, Kendall Yeagle, brought him down.
Wow, they got a lot of yardage on that, and they had him stopped.
That'd be yardage after the catch? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Yeagle's down again. He has done this more than once. It's the cramping.
Official timeout.
Yeah, the training staff coming out to help him. And anybody that's had cramps know what a terrible feeling it is.
They do. When LeBron James had the cramps in the championships, and people are going, well, he should have played through them. And like you say, until you've actually had them, I don't think you know how painful that is.
Especially at that level, or any level really. But, well, at least it's going to give a chance to get some hydration to the rest of the crew.
True.
He's up and gimping back again to the sideline, back down behind the line there so they can work on him.
That's Ken Alstrom, the head athletic trainer, who I've found out is one heck of a pickleball player as well. So, many talented man. Hydration crew trying to get off so they can now run the play. 10:32 remaining here in the second quarter. South Kitsap with a 14-0 lead and driving once again.
Ball in Central Kitsap territory on the 39-yard line. Cooper's got 2 guys back with him, puts 1 man up front, and fakes a handoff to Marchand, and just kind of throws that one away.
He maybe had a friend on the sideline who had been wanting to touch the ball. I'm not sure. That was an interesting play because they had a screen set up to Marchand if they had wanted it, and it looked like he had blockers or he himself would be his own blocker, and that might have gotten something. But they were conferring again. I'm thinking, is there another penalty? No.
Second down and 10 for South Kitsap. Oh, snap on the ground. Ball is loose. Yeah, we'll have to see who ends up.
Marchand to Wall.
Referee's timeout. We've got another player down for the Central Kitsap Cougars.
CK's athletic trainer is going to get more airtime than the team by the time this is done. Well, it looks like the South trainer came out quickly to help as well, which is wonderful. Always nice to see that whichever training staff is closest comes out. I can't tell who is down.
Number 20 for the Cougars, that would be Aleka Serrano.
Serrano's a sophomore.
145. He looks like a tall drink of water out there.
Drink of water being the optimal word right now, trying to get him hydrated.
Third down for South Kitsap with about 3 yards to go for the first. Again, they move number 21 up front, hand it off to DeWalt. DeWalt makes a nice cut to this side and picks up the first down for South Kitsap. Brought down by number 12, that would be Hudson Keffer.
Really nice tackle by Keffer. Taking DeWalt on one-on-one is quite a challenge.
And actually, DeWalt made a very nice cut to this near side, coming to this near side.
You watch him run, you can't believe he's the weight that he's listed at, because he's got some speed and he really knows how to make the cuts and run well. I remember when we did a game at South Kitsap and some of the kids talking to us about him and what a good player he was.
First down for the Wolves. Ball's on the ground again. Cooper this time gets it, so there have definitely been some problems with the snap for the South Kitsap Wolves.
When you run out of the shotgun like they do, you've got to really work on that hike, because they've been low just about every single time. So basically Cooper's first a receiver and then he's supposed to be a quarterback.
And now second down, loss of 3. So second down and 13 to go for the first. Got a powerhouse backfield there.
Well, he had everybody
Now
go for a minute.
Him up. Ball is low again. This time CK takes advantage of it. Number 50 with a great effort to get in there. That's Jamison Johnson.
One of the names that was listed as an important cog in the CK team.
Boy, that moved him back a lot. Ball back all the way to the CK 42-yard line.
Now the one thing they haven't done yet is lose one of those in a fumble, but that's just by chance.
Third down and long, very long. Got to get down inside the 20 for a first. Cooper up to the air.
Oh, that
boy.
should be offensive. That was not offensive interference. It looked as if he had his arms wrapped around that man.
Sure did. And the Central Kitsap defender was in a much better position to receive that ball than the intended South Kitsap Wolf.
And notice, he did look back. That was one of the differences in that particular defense.
That's true. So that's going to bring up fourth down. The ball on the, they're going to place it looks like on the 42-yard line. And Cooper in the position to punt. Doesn't mean he will.
I do remember that he is one of their punters, but like you say, what a great setup, because if you decide to fake it, you get your quarterback.
But he kicks it, and the Cougars letting it. And they get lucky. It goes into the end zone. That one could have been down on about the 1-yard line.
Oh, but it was the right decision by the guy down there, number 22, because Sean Bearfield just didn't, he could not, that would have been a tough, clean catch.
And there were a couple of Wolves coming right at him at full speed.
Exactly, and you want, unless you're going to call the fair catch, and once it's inside the 10, you really want to pray that it just goes all the way to the end zone, which it did.
So Central Kitsap will get the ball back on their own 20-yard line. Start out with the first down here, 7:22 in the second quarter. South Kitsap up though, 14-0.
Kendall Yeagle back into the game. Ye of cramps twice.
And another CK player being attended to, number 61, Joshua Leggett.
That's, you're Joshua Smith. Jacob Leggett is number
Oh.
62. He's a freshman who I coached in basketball many years ago.
Wow.
How can those little boys be that old now? Not possible.
And big.
Yeah, well,
200 pounds.
he had that down for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, that was supposed to go to, I believe, number 11, Kelsey Deere, who was open but did not get there. Again, pretty good rush defense by the Wolves.
He hasn't had a lot of time back there to throw a pass, and it might be, you're looking, as you said, 52, 62, 51. These are some big guys out there for South Kitsap. Jacob Miller, 246. Elijah Griffin, 323. I don't know if he's out there.
Handoff goes nowhere, and some of those big guys were in on that. Number 62.
That's Elijah Griffin, a junior, weighs in at 323 pounds.
Wow.
If Mr. Yeagle's out there, or any of those guys, there's some pretty tiny Cougars who might get sat upon.
2.5 Yeagles
Yeah,
almost.
there you are.
One Griffin. Third down now for CK, and they have not been able to get anything going on this offensive effort. 6:41 left to go in the half. And Bates gets the pass complete. Nice effort on the run after completion. And I think that might get him the first down.
Hudson Keffer with the reception.
See where they're gonna, nope, they're gonna place it short. He must have had a foot on the out of bounds line. So that's gonna bring up fourth down and a yard.
Now there are high school coaches who refuse to punt. I don't think this would be a good option at this particular time, but
Well,
that may be what they're doing. They're pretty
let's-
confident with their 1 yard to get a yard, I guess.
Bates puts it up in the air, and they get that 1 yard plus quite a few down to Hudson once again.
That was actually Kelsey Deere
Kelsey
with the
Deere,
reception.
Yep.
Wow, gutsy, well run,
Yes.
really nice play.
And they did it, they did have the option of Bates keeping it and rolling out.
He did have some
We've
help
seen
around
do
him,
that
possible.
before. So,
Yep.
but they made it. They move it all the way out to the 48-yard line of CK, just short of midfield. 6 minutes left to go in the half, and a first down for the CK Cougars.
Now that really seemed to be a play that they have probably practiced a lot, because they got that off quickly, and that was one of the differences.
There's another quick pass and caught across the middle. Nice job by the receiver again, picking up tough yards after the reception, and that's Hudson Keffer.
It was, and Dominic Vargas, who he stiff-armed to the helmet, but Dominic hung on until some teammates came and helped.
I like those quick passes.
Me too.
Across
Well,
the
you've
middle.
always liked the across-the-middle pass.
That's right, the Brett Favre specialty. CK into South Kitsap territory down to the 36-yard line. First down.
Blitz.
And Bates still has it. And now there again.
I think it was a good no call that particular
Okay,
time.
there was a hand on the body, but I guess it did not impede his
Well, and the pass
ability.
was not overly catchable. I
That's
have to
true,
admit
too.
that.
Unless you were maybe 7.5 feet tall. But
Or you've installed Gadget arms.
yeah,
Inspector Gadget at his
little
best.
Gadget arms.
I've been wanting those for years, but I haven't found them yet.
Second down. I always thought the springs in the legs would be
Those
good.
were pretty cool. Yeah.
Second down for the Cougs. Bates sends a man out. He's looking that way. Oh, look out. That one was up in the air, up for grabs. And
But went
luckily for
off
CK.
of the hands, and then Logan Guerrero met up with that receiver and said, "You're not going to hang on to that."
Yep, and you know, it looked to me like Christian Jacobs was pretty wide open, just about 5 yards beyond.
Right. I think they're going for the shorter pass, but they had the two options. That must be tough trying to read that. You know, you don't have a lot of time, and you know you read your first option and your second option. By the time you've read that third option, you are part of the turf. So
Third down now, big third down play for the Cougars. They could definitely use some offensive momentum here. They've got people split out to both sides, put a man in motion, quick pass to this near side. What a great tackle there by number 5 for South Kitsap.
and 11 left his shoe. Kelsey Deer's shoe is over here on the right sideline.
Miles Huff with that tackle. It's a good quick pass, but that's going to bring up fourth down now and about 2.5, 3 yards to go to get that first.
5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. A scoreless first half for Central Kitsap. 14 points up on the board for South Kitsap.
Yeah, once again, Coach Keel is going to go for it.
Not so surprising here.
Well, yeah, there's not a whole lot. You're too close to punt and too far to try a field goal. Oh, handoff up the middle, gets the first down. Rarely seen so far tonight, Sean Bearfield.
Nice change up right there
sure
because they
was.
have not done a lot of running actually. So
Especially up through the middle.
yeah, probably because it didn't seem open, but when these guys come flying at you at the quarterback, that does open it up a little bit.
First down, CK still got the possession of the ball, and it's down on the South Kitsap 22-yard line.
Really nice drive by CK so far. They started it at their own 10 and almost into the red zone.
Roll out to his left. Oh, and a wide open receiver. That time Hudson just couldn't hang on to it, or Kelsey Deer.
And or Christian
Oh,
Jacobs if
okay.
you go by Paul Stinson, who might be correct there. But that pass thrown a bit behind him. Rather than leading him, he had to turn back to the ball, which made it a difficult catch.
Second down now.
The junior Bates doing a nice job of leading this team so far.
One man in the backfield with it. Oh, nice handoff coming around to this near end, but the South Kitsap D does a good job of stringing it out. That was number 41 for South Kitsap, Mikey Garcia.
Connor Reed out there as well. And you described it perfectly, stringing it out in that he could not get around that corner.
Under 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Central Kitsap with a third down and about 7.5 yards to go to get that first. Oh, look out.
Showing blitz, nice run. Oh, excellent run. Even got past the guy in stripes.
And yeah, that blitz was coming. Garcia right there, but once
Beebe
again,
with that run.
up through the middle.
Yep.
That's great to see him mixing things up a little bit.
Well, I think had the linesman or referee had not been in the way, he might have taken it all the way, but he had to kind of skirt around him as well.
First down and goal to go for the Cougars.
First time we've said that all evening.
And this time the Wolves aren't going for it.
61 bringing him down. That's Kenny Staffney. Yeah, that's the right one.
The Shaw Bearfield had nowhere to go that time. I think South Kitsap got tired of them going up through the middle
They
there.
said not again.
Yeah.
We've seen that play a couple times. Central Kitsap with 2 timeouts left, South with 1. plenty of time, 2:50 remaining here in the first half.
Ball on the 6-yard line, second down. Bates has got it, and he wants to go to the air. There comes the flag now.
Yep, they held him.
They did.
They did. That it might not have looked catchable, but that was because he was just flat out held.
So that should move CK half the distance to the goal. The CK crowd down below us here, the chant, "You can't do that."
Well, you can if you don't get caught, but the alert official catching it.
Good to see our buddy Fred Perkins out there.
He is,
wearing
exactly.
the stripes again this season.
It's amazing how these guys come back and do it every year. Jack Lambert been out there for many years. Defensive holding.
So they get half the distance, but second down. Bates with it, hands off, and it's going to be a loss of a yard or two there.
41 bringing him down.
That would be Mikey Garcia.
Anticipated that quite nicely, got into the backfield about the time it was handed off.
So now with third down, the ball is exactly on the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal to go.
Still plenty of time, a little over 2 minutes. I think they're just trying to use up the time so they don't give much back to South Kitsap Wolves.
Yeah. Bates wants to go to the air, pulls it down. He's surrounded. Oh, almost taken away that time.
There's a flag that went down that suggests maybe a holding. We'll see.
Bates was surrounded by 2, maybe 3 South Kitsap defenders in the backfield.
If one of his linemen held, he didn't hold very well.
Hold against the Cougars.
Yep, that's going to really hurt. That's such a weird thing when you think about it when you get close to the end zone. Their penalty only cost them like 3 yards, and this is going to be not good for Central Kitsap. Obviously, these are the rules that are in place for everyone, but... Oh, they declined it, though.
Well, yeah.
Interesting.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
Right.
So do you move them back 10 and give them another extra down?
I guess not.
Take the 4th. That's what Coach Cooper decides.
Assuming they'll go for the...
Or Coach Canton. C's.
Too many C's
Eric
for you.
Canton. And now they are going to attempt the field goal. Once again, though, it's Caleb holding it. And now we have a official timeout.
And it is not Russell Wilson kicking it. That would be Kevin White with the number 3.
And we remember what happened last time. Again, it was a low snap, but Central Kitsap gets on the board. Kevin White puts it through, and at the 1:40 mark in the second quarter, the Cougars put 3 up there.
Kudos to Bates, though, on that, Doc. You saw that snap. It was nowhere near where you would like it, and he was able to get it down and in a position for White to kick it.
Well, again, we want to thank the KitsapSun.com/GOTW is where you go to. Game of the week. Every Friday night, we'll have a high school ball game for you there. And the Sun, of course, wants to thank their sponsors that help make it possible for them to provide this service to the community. That would be the Peninsula Auto Group, Amy's on the Bay, and Dickie's Barbecue.
Well, we really appreciate them, too, because it is so much fun for us to share this with the world on the internet. You know, this being a military community, there are so many parents who are not right here, right now, and an opportunity to see their child or maybe their nephew or something like that play, or grandma and grandpa are in Iowa. We have gotten
Yep.
those emails more than once to West Sound from people going, how cool. There's no other way I could have ever seen my grandchild play.
And again, you got to thank the KitsapSun.com for bringing that to you.
This has been a very good partnership. We were already doing a lot of these games and getting them on local cable access, which we still do, but able to enlarge our audience and at the same time, hopefully provide the Kitsap Sun with a pretty nice product.
West Sound TV presents every Sunday at noon on BKAT.
Oh, there's some whistles. And a penalty flag. Amazing.
Well, they went for a while without
They
too
actually
many.
have. They've been doing better here.
So we'll see.
So it's obvious. Now, Doc, how many years have you been doing high school football now, you think? Or can you count back that far?
I'm not, I can't exactly remember when we began doing football, but it was right around that 92, 93, 94 era.
Okay.
And we actually started out doing, on football, doing South Kitsap games because it was at that time Olympic Cablevision that we were working with. Mary Ann Mappett was the marketing director there.
Well, and since then, through a lot of your instruction and help, they've developed their own video program at South Kitsap. So they get their games, home games, on channel 205.
And that, of course, is I was just on the advisory committee, and the first couple of years, we worked with them directly. But Mr. Mike Downham, the
what a
video
great guy.
instructor there, and it's great to see Central Kitsap's video instructor, Paul Stenson, here on the PA.
Paul with the golden voice, and he knows everybody out there, I tell you.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure of football, but if you count high school basketball, local Kitsap County sports, it's the 30th year.
Wow. That's amazing. And I think I figured out I'm over 10 now, and it's been a ton of fun, I tell you.
Oh, look out. The big guy's on the move.
Oh, that looked like a really painful tackle. To get hit from behind and front at the same time at some angles that I don't think a body's supposed to go.
I was going to say, I think the tackler came out with the worst of that one. 22, Sean Bearfield is the last guy to get up off that pile.
DeWalt just pops up and goes right back.
Second down for the Wolves.
Just a little over a minute to go here in the first half. Second down, pickup of about 7 on that first one for DeWalt, so second down and 3.
Just enough so Coach Canton has to kind of decide what they want to do.
Well, what do you think? Hand off to the big guy.
Oh, there goes a flag.
Well, he made enough for a first down, but we'll have to see what the flag is.
In the area of a hold.
That's the indication against South Kitsap. So,
Doc, we really don't even need to look at the guy in the white hat. The gentleman on the CK sideline pointing immediately that was against South. Actually, I think he's pointing to his player to take the penalty. We want to move back. Great coaching staff at this Central Kitsap. Mark Keel is the head. Then we have Eric Schutte, Justin Bryan, Hugh McInnes, Jared. My eyes are not doing
Jared Terrible, Brian
There you are.
Sodi, Chris Fields, William Morris, Les Archer, Bert Martinez, and Gage Stogskill.
And then, of course, you have all the volunteers.
Oh, boy, the big guy. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in orange hanging on to Marshawn DeWalt as he picks up a first down. Man.
That's called carrying the other team with you.
That's going to be interesting to watch him in that 4A Narrows League this year.
Well, last year they started out, they lost their first 3 league games, and it's hard to recover from that. But this year they start out with They have CK. That's going to be followed up by next week versus Peninsula, and then on the 19th versus Olympia for their first league game.
Olympia usually a pretty strong team. The
Yeah, those
Olympia
Bears.
First down for South. Cooper Canton completes the pass. That was a nice defensive effort.
That's a tackle that's gotten the crowd excited. I believe that's Yeagle.
It was.
You can see why Coach is excited to have him out there this year.
10 seconds left to go, and I don't think they're going to run another play here.
I hear that the new horn, I think the horn's associated with it, but it sounds like a foghorn is what they say. Oh, they did. They did call a timeout.
Well, I guess the old saying, you don't want to keep them in your pocket.
Yeah, and you'd hate to waste 3 seconds, but a lot can happen.
Well, yeah, a lot. You got time for the Hail Mary.
Well, in the game prior, Elma got down to the 1 with 1 second left and were able to run the next play and go in for a touchdown. So that was pretty amazing.
Well, in this case, though, South Kitsap has the ball in their own territory on the 41-yard line. Second down to go, but with 3 seconds on the board, I don't know why you call a timeout unless you're going to set up some kind of a Hail Mary.
I would assume so. You have time for one play unless, of course, there is a penalty, and we've not seen any penalties tonight, so they shouldn't anticipate that.
Yeah, looks like they're going to do their usual split out, and DeWalt's behind them.
Get Isaiah up. Timeout. Call timeout.
Yeah, we've got a timeout called by Central Kitsap. We happen to have the CK coaches up here in the booth on our side of the
I'm sure if you're in the
press page.
stands, you're going, what? But they had a man out of position.
Yep, they wanted to get him where he needs to be.
Yeah, you see an opening like that, you don't, and you have timeouts to call. Do it. You need to call them and make sure you get it correct.
1 left for the Cougars and 0 left for the Wolves. Got the TOLs. Now all we need is scoreboards for basketball that all have
That had
timeouts
some
left.
of that stuff, yeah. Like the proper number of fouls. It depends. It's only at the Tacoma Dome that we had problems.
Well, one last play for the South Kitsap Wolves here in the opening half of the 2014 high school football season. We're West Sound TV. I'm the doctor, Doc Parr, Kitty Campagna producing the show on the other microphone, and Spencer Anderson working the camera for us and getting that internet to send it out to the world.
Looks like they have what they want this time. Matching up with each of the receivers, very important.
And, he's going for the long one. And just beyond the intended receiver, who was all the way down to about the 17-yard line. That's a pretty good arm for Mr. Cooper Canton.
Well, that was a nice effort by Braden Maynard, but even if he'd caught it, that would have been the end of the quarter either way. But at the end of that first half, 14-3 for the South Kitsap Wolves.
Well, a good half for South Kitsap. A little rough, especially that first quarter for Central Kitsap. But it looks like they're kind of settling down and things, and they at least put that field goal up on the board.
You know, that's going to make them feel better that they have some points, that they have not been skunked in the first half. These teams look pretty even right now. We're going to see if DeWalt maybe is going to just wear them down completely or what the plan is after halftime.
Well, good to have you with us. I'm the doctor, Doc Parr. We're West Sound TV. Kitty Campagna on the other microphone, Spencer Anderson. And thanks to the KitsapSun.com/GOTW Game of the Week for bringing this first half to you. Stay tuned. We'll have that second half coming up shortly. No. Welcome back to the 2014 season opener for high school football here in Kitsap County. We're West Sound TV, happy to be working with the Kitsap Sun. I'm the doctor, Doc Parr, Kitty Campagna on the other microphone, and Spencer Emerson on the camera and the computer for you, sending it live from Silverdale Stadium around the world. And as we get ready to begin this third quarter of action, the South Kitsap Wolves with a 14-3 lead over the Central Kitsap Cougars. What a crowd tonight, Kitty. Both sides of the field are just packed with people.
Well, it's a gorgeous evening. You couldn't ask for much better. If you were here for the first game, I hear the field was a little warm under the toes because that rubber heats up. But for this particular game, it barely any wind, just enough that cools you off once in a while. Might be a little bit hot actually for these players, but great night, some good football. We've seen quite a few penalties so far. South Kitsap scoring twice after recovering fumbles, so those are some things that Central Kitsap's going to have to clean up. South having some exchange problems as well, and I think this second half might just be a little bit cleaner, fewer hankies.
Well, it is the first game of the season for both of these teams, and as we said at the beginning, a non-counting game in division narrows divisions because the two teams now in different divisions.
Yeah, non-counting, but you know that both teams want to win this thing.
And Central Kitsap kicks off. Nice kick, driving the South Kitsap receiver back into the end zone, but he breaks through. There's a flag, but number 2 is still on his feet.
I think we're going to have a holdout here. That is Jacob Lewis with the run back.
Boy, that's about a 75, 80-yarder, but the flag right at midfield at the 50-yard line.
You know, but the Central Kitsap coaches had a really good point. If his foot was in that end zone, that is a touchback. You don't get to run it out of the end zone in high school, but none of the guys in stripes notice that.
And we have another CK player down, and it looks once again like cramps.
What a run back, though. He just suddenly kept picking up speed, and I realize they called the hold up here, but he held well. He kept that guy away from his runner.
Coach Keel's going to have to talk to the Gatorade people, get the Gatorade concession.
Something that is going to help these guys with the cramps. I know you can just say water, 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 but there's got to be a little bit preparation prior.
You need those electrolytes. You need
do.
The salts. You need to do it before too.
Yes.
Big time before. Well, we're going to start out back on the 40-yard line of South Kitsap for first down.
And certainly still good field position.
Cooper Canton hands off to Marshawn DeWalt. And DeWalt's still on his feet. We've got a helmet come off.
That's number 37 who lost his helmet, Eric Ledesma. One of the leading tacklers for this Central Kitsap team last year. He had 98 tackles, and they're predicting the century mark for him this year.
They're going to give him about a 5-yard pickup on that. And once again, they did not bring Marshawn down.
No.
2 or 3 of them pushed him out of bounds. That guy is going to be he's going to be a fun one to watch in the Narrows League.
That's what I'm predicting this second half. We're going to see a lot of him because he's just going to tire them out more and more.
He's moving. That's a full start.
There it is. Once again to DeWalt, and he'll get into CK territory for the first down.
During our halftime, via the magic of a smartphone, Spencer was able to get us some scores that are happening. North Kitsap leading Bainbridge 14-0. Wilson over Olympic 31-12. These are in about the third quarter. Shelton 21, North Mason 14, Squim 47, Chimacum 6, and Bremerton 20 over Cleveland. Didn't even know we had teams from Ohio playing.
Quick.
Oh, there seemed to be some whistles.
Yeah, quick whistles. And this time the referees the Minute Stripes may have seen what the CK coaches were calling for up
They've
there.
been seeing what they consider some movement, but this time it's against CK.
They're going to call it against CK. Offsides on CK. Well, people predicting that North Kitsap should be looking pretty good this year. We'll have some North Kitsap games, of course, coming up for you. Despite losing by 1 point, I thought Klahowya looked pretty decent.
They really did.
I thought
they had some
decent.
very, very nice moments, but Elma just happened again. It was, I think, a fumble that was brought him down.
Get a low snap by Cooper. Catherine done a good job of hanging it. Yeah, 4 guys in orange in on Marshawn DeWalt. And we're starting to see that menu of DeWalt.
I am pretty sure that Sean Bearfield can tell you exactly what size shoe Marshawn wears because he was hanging on to that shoe.
Ball on the 40-yard line, second down. They picked up good 8 yards on that. Second down and 2 for the first.
Bearfield listed at 153, gives up 100 pounds to DeWalt.
He's got it again, and this time he's through that first line, makes it into the backfield, and moves the ball down to about the 28-yard line.
What a nice blocking scheme. You could see that hole from up here.
Yep.
Now, didn't Coach Canton say we're going to pass more? I think he may have found a different formula right now.
Hey, it's kind of interesting. Coach Keel is listed as the offensive coach for CK, and Coach Canton is listed as the defensive coach for SK.
That's true.
So we're seeing some pretty good defensive work out there today by the SK Wolves. So far holding CK to just 3 points.
Now here comes that pass.
Wide
boy.
Open. And
Oh, no.
he dropped it. Oh, that's for the South Kitsap fans. That's a shame. How did he get so wide open, Katie?
Oh, they were so worried about the run. You get that run and you set it up, but
I think that was Garrett Smith.
too much time to think about it.
Yeah, way too much. Nice job by Cooper though to see the open guy down there. He's got a good arm.
Yes, he does. Yeah, that was a touchdown waiting to happen. I thought that was number 83, who I have as Ian Van Giesen.
Yep, it might have been.
We could let's name several different people so that no one will take the blame.
I saw the 3 for sure. Oh, once again, DeWalt.
Boy, what a weapon.
Man, he just keeps going, too. I mean, I think there's a little bit of beast mode in South Kitsap.
Very possible.
Didn't quite get to first down, but the ball on the 20-yard line of Central Kitsap, second down.
Extremely manageable second down. Certainly opens it up for another pass possibility as well.
Well, I was going to say it's great to see that Bainbridge North Kitsap rivalry back on again. That's one of the old traditional rivalries, just like, of course, this CKSK rivalry has been going on for many, many years.
Well, Bainbridge had a pretty disappointing season last year, but they are up against a tough North
nice
Kitsap team.
job on D there. Number 37 for the Cougars with the shoestring tackle, Eric Ledesma.
Bringing down Reed Connor. I think I did it backwards. Doc, I did. Connor Reed. How dare they have first and last names that can both be first and last names?
And like Canton Cooper.
There you are.
Cooper Canton.
Connor's a senior, 200 pounds.
Oh, on the ground, and Cooper gets hammered on that one. Nice job by Isaiah McGee, right in there on him.
You know, one of the things I liked on that, he brought him down, he got up immediately. We haven't seen any extracurricular activity from this CK team, and that is good to see. I always like when they can maintain their discipline.
And so the Central Kitsap Cougars get the ball on their own 25-yard line.
That's huge.
That was a big one, yeah.
Had South Kitsap scored, it wasn't going to put anything out of reach, but it would just be a tough way to start the second half.
Man in motion has got it, and that's number 4 running around to that far side. That would be Kendall Yeagle.
Kendall
hopefully got hydrated.
Exactly. He's been used many ways. We've seen him on defense as well.
He was able to pick up about 3.5, 4 yards on that one. Second down now. Move it out to about the 29.
Von Beebe bringing in the play.
Always quite the cheer squad and Central Kitsap fans. Uh-oh, that snaps high. Ball on the ground. Picked up by Caleb. There have been some problems on the snap, both sides.
Bates does a nice job of corralling that.
So unfortunately, back to the original line of scrimmage at the 25, nullifying that effort on second down, and it's going to bring up third down now.
CK up to the line pretty quickly this time.
Rolling, dropping back, coming out. He's got a receiver. Oh, ball knocked out of the receiver's hand.
Fair amount of contact going down that side, but it looked pretty even.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yep.
Miles Huff was the South Kitsap defender. And it was intended for Kelsey Deer.
Huff doing a nice job of looking back and trying to bat the ball away.
So I'll bring up fourth down, and deep in their own territory, CK will have to kick away.
Back to kick.
Pretty good punt, picked up at about the 40-yard line. Still on his feet up to midfield is...
That's Cole Craner, I believe, number 3.
Yep. Aha. My schedule has 2 3s.
Yeah, well, we've already figured out the other 3's number 7.
Really a 7.
These are just suggested numbers, Doc. Once in a while,
So South Kitsap at midfield to start their drive. 5:49 left to go in the third period, and they're up 14-3 over the Cougars.
No score so far this second half.
Yeah, that's illegal.
There's DeWalt going up over the middle, and he'll take it up to about the 45 of CK, pickup of about 5.
Some nice tackling happening out with the receiver and the secondary.
That'll keep some of those defenders busy. As we've seen, it usually takes 3 or 4 of them to stop
That's
DeWalt.
true.
Second down for South Kitsap. Maynard split off to this near side.
Blitz. Ooh, picked up nicely.
Going up to the air. Oh, he had a receiver, was not able to hang on to it. Intended for number 24, Rosas Skolta.
That's one of their seniors out there. Good coverage by Isaiah McGee catching up to that.
Third down coming up for the Wolves.
You're on the other side. No, get over there. Go to the short side. Kendall, switch. Kendall, get over there.
3rd and 5 at the 5-minute mark in the third period. Vargas, not Vargas. Skolta moving up. There goes Vargas.
Changing coverage.
Straight
Oh,
drop back roll.
oh,
Oh!
Intercepted.
Yes, CK with the pickoff. First one tonight. And it was number 60. Evan Lund, I believe. First takeaway of the season.
for the Cougars,
Interception.
exactly, yeah. I was busy watching to see if he'd gone beyond the line of scrimmage and where he threw that.
It was getting close, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We don't have the blue and yellow lines.
No, we're missing some of
unfortunately.
those. Exactly.
It would be nice, all right, someday.
Some technology.
Along with a production truck.
Yeah, a couple things, Doc.
Okay, Caleb Bates. It's a handoff to the man coming this direction. Oh, he breaks a tackle and is pulled in. And a yellow hanky, number 27 was the carrier. That would be DeAndre Sincere.
I remember DeAndre as a basketball player last year, just a sophomore.
And number 21 for South Kitsap getting up kind of slowly. That would be Vargas.
One of the seniors.
Dominic.
I think the yanking motion that you saw happen to the runner might have been a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask against South Kitsap. Well, that should help the Central Kitsap effort.
It should. It would put them into Wolf territory once again. You know, Coach Canton probably, again, just wondering what he can do to stop the penalty barrage that his team has had.
That's so far been their big weakness, all right. And they've had some trouble with the snaps, too.
That's been,
both sides have
it
had
may
some
be contagious.
low snaps. Yeah, it must be the toughest job in football, being a center.
Oh, no.
Oh, wide open. That one was almost too easy to
Bates
pick
is
up.
after him. Will he get him? He will.
Yeah, he stopped the touchdown, but... Did you catch the number?
I'm listening. Oh, and there's a flag back here, but I have a feeling that might have been an offensive hold. Ramon Marin with the interception.
Yeah,
Flag
that
on
was
the
almost
play.
too easy.
You do have to give Bates credit, though. I've seen people when, guys when they've thrown an interception or done something that they just give up on the play. So I am not sure what they just gave as the signal for the flag, but it's certainly moving way back from the looks of it.
Well, the flag is at the 45-yard line of South Kitsap. Looks like, yeah, it's going to go from midfield. Personal foul against South Kitsap.
And it is South Kitsap ball. But that's quite the change in field position.
That's for sure, from about 10 and goal to go.
And I did not see what had happened on that, but it's so sad. I mean, there's no need for that. Their man had intercepted and didn't need the blocks, that's for sure. And I don't know if it was on a block.
Well, there again, that penalty bugaboo.
Yeah.
Ball on the ground again.
Worked out for...
DeWalt has it, and this time it doesn't get any running room. A bunch of Cougars in there on that. 73-37, both in on that. 37, Eric Ledesma. 73, Thomas Ingalls. And another Cougar hits the grass. Or turf in this case.
Turf in this case, exactly.
And I believe that looks like it's Isaiah McGee.
Looked like 52 came out of that pile kind of gimping as well. I think he got stepped on by DeWalt.
4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. We have a officials timeout for injury. Isaiah helped off the field. And we've got the training staffs coming off the field with their Gatorade.
Yeah, both sides immediately bring on the water or Gatorade.
So it's going to be second down for South Kitsap and a loss of a yard. Ball back to the 34-yard line. Cooper Canton right across the middle. Oh, off a helmet at the line of scrimmage and into the hands of number 32, Ramon Marin.
Good concentration by him.
Definitely good concentration. That was a pickup of 4 on the ricochet.
On the ricochet, I'm sure that was planned.
Third down now for South Kitsap.
Back up.
Cooper with it, looking to pass, rolling out to that far side, nowhere to go, and kind of went down.
I was watching the...
Helped out by Thomas Ingalls, but...
Von Beebe on number 6 because the coaches are yelling at him to back up, but they didn't have the time to get that pass out there.
Well, fourth down, so Central Kitsap has managed to dodge another bullet. South Kitsap intercepted, taking it down to the 10-yard line and brought it back.
Well, this defense has done a nice job. They've been, the 2 scores came after fumbles that gave them fairly good field position.
And it'll be Cooper Canton punting with DeWalt blocking for him.
Notice he doesn't need anyone else back there to help block.
Ooh, Central almost got to that one. Yeah, once again.
That's not going to go well for CK, but there really was nothing he could do.
I know, like you said, unless it was a fair catch. That was Sean Bearfield. And, yeah.
It didn't go as deep as expected. That is such an effective punt.
For the second time, South Kitsap gets a punt with about an additional 20 yards on the roll.
This time that works to their favor as it didn't go into the end zone.
So CK will start out at about the 18-yard line.
We got about 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. South Kitsap with 14 points up there on that new scoreboard. Only 3 for the Cougars. Tonight's action brought to you by Peninsula Subaru. They're that auto group that's always closed on Sunday for family days.
Caleb looking for somebody, so he finally finds a receiver. Pretty good hustle there by Bates to stay alive long enough to find the open receiver, number 15, Christian Jacobs.
Oh, I see a flag.
Oh, no.
My guess is he was beyond the line of scrimmage when he let go of that.
Yep, they were pointing it against Central. And it is way back there. On about the 18-yard line, which was the line of scrimmage.
Well, I know in pro, you actually have to have your whole body in front of it before it's called. I do not know for sure what the call is at the high school level.
And, yep. Moves it back 5. Both quarterbacks tonight have flirted with that line of scrimmage and passing. This time, just a quick pass out to the side. Good pass, but read real well by the South Kitsap D.
Gained about 6, though, as they're a yard ahead of that original line of scrimmage.
Second down.
Three receivers on one side.
Nobody in the back. Hand off to the running back coming around, and he'll pick up a little bit maybe.
That was DeAndre Sincere with the carry.
He'll pick up a couple on that one. And that's going to bring up a third down, and it looks like about 5 yards to go for a first down. 34 seconds left here in this third quarter. And looks like they'll get another play in. Bates looking for somebody to pass to. Oh, he has it.
In and out of the hands of number 15.
Hang on to it. Christian Jacobs. So that brings up fourth down.
And the incompletion will stop the clock. So if they were hoping for a change and win, which there isn't much of, I think they're fine.
7 seconds left to go here in the third period.
A scoreless third quarter. Trying to hustle out their last player they need on this.
Hudson Keffer back to punt. Long snapper had a good snap.
Not as good a punt to go with that, Doc.
Nope. And that's going to do it for the third period. South Kitsap will start number 4 on offense inside Central Kitsap territory. They lead 14-3 over the Cougars.
Here at the start of the fourth quarter, run by Marshawn DeWalt for about 2 yards. Makes it 2nd and 8 on the 40-yard line. They are already in Central Kitsap territory after that short punt. CK's defense asked to bend but not break once again.
Hand off to DeWalt. And he's still on his feet down to the 15-yard line. And another Cougar on the ground.
It's Yeagle once again.
Yep.
This time it may not be cramps. It may just have been carried across the turf that hurt so much. There are such things as turf burns.
They're working on, like it's a cramp.
It is again. Oh, plus there's another one back here, Doc.
Could have been a DeWalt burn.
A DeWalt burn might be. Number... I know there's a 7 involved. I can't tell whether
37.
37, okay. That's Eric Ledesma coming off as well.
Man, he's been down a couple of times with cramps.
You know, that's the devastation that DeWalt does leave behind when he runs.
Well, again, it's the first game of the season, so these guys got a little bit of time. That's why they play non-league or non-divisional
This is
games.
a really tough one to start out with because there is such a big rivalry, but it's
true.
the only place they could have fit it in this year since they will be playing league games at the end of the year.
Yep. Well, next week, we're going to have a fun one. The old Battle of Buckland Hill back again, as this time the Central Kitsap Cougars will be in the visiting side, as it's an Olympic Trojan home game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that set of bleachers over there is going to hold all those people who are underneath us now, but I'm not sure how it's holding all the South Kitsap people. There are several people on the grass, along the fence. Luckily, it is such a nice night.
Just underway here in quarter number 4. South Kitsap has a first down on the Central Kitsap 15-yard line. They lead 14-3 over the Cougars.
This game brought to you by Peninsula Subaru, Dickey's Barbecue, and Amy's on the Bay. All these guys, great sponsors of high school football.
And DeWalt with it. Picks up a few more.
It's funny because all three of the sponsors mentioned Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So we have gone so social media. If you want to find out more about them, check them out on the internet. I used something called the phone book the other day, and I don't think anyone in my family knew what that was. These Wolves with a nice drive going here that started at the 40, but just making good use of DeWalt.
Second down, about 6 yards to go. South can make a first without, and looks like we've got a timeout. South Kitsap. 10:02 left to go in the game. South up 14-3. Well, yeah, it's great that these businesses are working with the Kitsap Sun to make it possible to stream the game of the week every Friday night for our community and our extended community.
Well, game of the week, this year it will definitely be Friday night, which it has been in the past pretty much, except once we get into playoffs, we've been able to add a couple extras in here, which is pretty cool. And we've talked about extending, we've also do basketball, obviously, and so this year we're going to try to consistently have a Friday night game for basketball. The one thing that I don't know if it will get live streamed, but definitely look at our programming on BCAT as well, because there's going to be some wonderful volleyball coming up. I've been talking to the grandparents of the great freshman star of North Kitsap, Bree, last year, and they may have an even better team. So that's pretty exciting.
Always fun to do some volleyball.
Oh, I know, Doc. You know, we just need to clone ourselves, but the world's not quite ready for that.
Okay, second down for South after the timeout. Canton moves his men around and hands off to DeWalt. Oh, CK was in there, but nobody could stop the big guy. Marshawn DeWalt into the end zone to put another 6 on the board for the South Kitsap Wolves.
So, Doc, just one guess, who scored all 3 of South Kitsap's touchdowns tonight?
I think it was the bowling ball.
That could be it, exactly.
Yeah, that's a tough weapon. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how South does when they play some of those big old schools out of Tacoma.
Well, last year, Marshad had 12 touchdowns, 591 yards, and he is already at 1/4 of that total of 12 touchdowns.
Wow.
In for the extra point, number 15. That's Nolan Souza. Nice long extra point. Puts the score up at 21-3.
Well, South Kitsap looking for some revenge on last year's score. Central Kitsap beating them at South last year.
Well, if you had told me that Central Kitsap was only going to score 3 points, I think I would have doubted that. But the South defense has done a really nice job. And one of the things that we do have to point out, they're missing Brian Andrews, who is a huge weapon for them at tight end, and just a big leader on this team as a senior. He hurt himself playing baseball last year, and it took so long for them to diagnose what exactly was wrong, that his surgery was later in the summer, and he's still got a little recovery time from the sounds of it. But, you know, they've shown signs. They've had some really nice plays. They've mixed it up nicely between the run and the pass. And certainly, you know, that hopefully the coaches are expecting improvement each week.
Well, Caleb Bates has shown some nice moves out there. And, of course, South Kitsap, I think, they are further along, I think. And you think about Cooper, especially. He pretty much was the starter last year and had a lot of playing time. A lot of these guys out there have played together since they're in elementary school, junior high over there in South Kitsap.
Well, and do you think Cooper might have known some of the game plan since he was about 6? So I think there is that advantage, but you know, you also have to execute it.
Good kickoff, picked up on about the 3-yard line. Nice run back. Oh, almost one, maybe last tackle there, but a good job that time by DeAndre Sincere.
Yeah, it needed either fatter ankles so they couldn't get a hold of him, or so close.
Well, he gets it out to the 29-yard line, which is where Central Kitsap will start out. 9:46. They're down 21-3 now, but there's still time.
South Kitsap's kicker has done that every time, kicked it really deep, done a nice job on that.
Kevin White, I believe, has been doing the kicking for the Wolves. Or no, excuse me, that's South Kitsap.
That's Central Kitsap.
Central, yeah. Oh, that one kind of got blown up. Souza is, I think.
Oh, that's true. He has been the gentleman. Nolan's done a really nice job tonight.
Yep. Well, it's going to be a loss of a couple there. Moving it back to the 27. Second down.
Trying to take advantage of the fact that South Kitsap has been coming in on the quarterback. They thought if they could get a quick pass off to the side, that might be open.
Bates fakes a handoff. Passes complete.
Excellent play action on that one. I was convinced on the original handoff. Number 12 with the reception, Hudson Keffer.
About 9-10 yards on that one. Third down and a yard to go for the first.
Not a whole lot of time left for him. Needing 3 scores. It's 8:26 left in the game.
Bates hands off again. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Connor Reed, number 33, a senior for South Kitsap, just stuffed that play.
And it always seems early in the season the defenses have a little better
They do
than offense.
These guys don't get a lot of practice time prior to, there are certain rules as to when they can start it, and even though they might be doing some football camps and things like that, they're still not working with all of their own plays.
Handoff again, and once again brought down pretty quickly. This time it's number 61 with the tackle. That's Kenny Staffney.
They have placed it where I believe it's a first down.
That's what it looks like, up to the 40-yard line. So the Cougars at least keep the ball going. First at just before the 40.
CK's been sneaky that way when they've gone for it on fourth. They just go do it so quickly, you don't even realize that they've made that decision.
Hey, next time if we have to do that, we got to do
This time a quick pass out to this near side. Got some good positive yardage there for Kelsey Deer.
Number 9 and number 5 bringing him down. That's Noah French and Miles Huff.
That'll be a pickup of 5 yards. Second down and 5.
French a senior, Huff a junior. I would think the first game would seem like almost an eternity, though, because they're just not used to playing this much.
Bates dropping back, looking to go to the air. Can't find anybody open and brought down. Nice defensive effort once again, and that's Mr. Staffney. Kenny in on that one.
He's only a sophomore, 6'1", 255. Had a pretty good game tonight. I know that name's been brought up more than once. I think I had identified him incorrectly once before, but.
Third down for the Cougars. Ball on their own 44-yard line. Man goes in motion, fakes the handoff. Short pass, but South Kitsap says nothing doing. Nice job there by the South Kitsap defense once again. That was Noah French.
Yeah, another name that we have brought up more than once.
And so that's going to bring up fourth down for CK, and they're almost back to the original line of scrimmage, which was about the 40-yard line. Or the original starting line of scrimmage for the series. So it looks like they'll have to kick it away with 5:47 left to go in the game.
I don't think South is entirely believing him. They're not sending anyone back.
Keffer back there. And
guess what? They were wrong.
Pretty good punt.
Yeah, that is it.
Punt. Yeah, they're going. CK is going to down it at about the 24-yard line. Good punt on that one.
Looks like it where Coach Keel's just going to play this game out and see what his defense can do, see if they can maybe cause a turnover of some sort.
Well, South Kitsap has done a workmanlike job. 21 points is a good amount of points, and got to give the MVP award, I think, to the SKD.
Well, or to
DeWalt.
DeWalt, I think. And I said at halftime, I really thought that they would just continue to use him as the weapon he is, because he just so big and wears them down. Timeout, Central Kitsap.
And they didn't have DeWalt out there. South. Maybe they're going to give him a rest.
Maybe. We'll see. It's 5.5 minutes, and the job now is to keep hold of the ball, so I will have to see whether they continue with the shotgun like they've been doing, or if he'll move up to center, but I doubt it. I think they are really comfortable with that shotgun. Well, Doc, what a great first evening for a football game. I'm not sure what kind of audience we have. I'm assuming it's not in Kitsap County, because most of those people are here.
Something else that we should mention is when West Sound TV's program is on BKAT, every Sunday at noon, it's Channel 12 Comcast, Digital Channel 3 on Wave. It's also on the internet now.
It is. You can find it at bcat.org, which is very cool.
And there goes another handoff. It's not DeWalt, but number 33.
Kim Zagerhorn on the carry for the Wolves. Logan Guerrero on the stop for the Cougars.
Well, this would be, like I said, it's always a great rivalry game, whether it's at the beginning of the season or the end of the season. And this may prove to be a good momentum thing for South Kitsap.
You know, to start out the season with a win is great. To start out the season with a win against CK is even better for them. You know, they are feeling good about the chemistry of this team, and you can see why. They have more options than just DeWalt, even though that's what we've seen a lot of. Maynard's had some catches. We've seen him go to the air a couple times. Also, like you said, very nice what their defense has done.
Reed Connor with that last run. It's going to bring up third down, about 4 yards to go for the first. 4:13 left here in the ball game at Silverdale Stadium tonight. Friday night, September 5.
It can't be September. It's just not possible. The summer flew by. I think they're, yep. They were considering the blitz.
And looks like they'll get the first down on the penalty.
Yeah, that was an offside penalty on the Cougars. Trying to get the blitz started a little soon, and South Kitsap held off on their hike, and it worked. 3:44 remaining in this game.
Again, a handoff to that running back.
Connor Reed with it. He's played well on defense as well.
Stopped by 37, Eric Ledesma. Second stop Eric's had.
The tackling machine for Central Kitsap.
Maybe a loss of a half a yard on that one. Second down for South Kitsap. 3 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Well, the fans are not out of voice yet, so that's kind of nice to hear. They're getting in shape too.
And referee's timeout. One of the straps, I think, was loose on a helmet. Cooper Canton with it. And handing it off again. This time it is DeWalt. Back in to get a few more yards in the scorebook.
Continuing to run the ball, trying to run that clock down. 2:19 left. No 2-minute warning here at the high school level. Slowly we're seeing some cars depart going up the hill.
Yeah, it's going to be slow to get out, that's for sure.
It might be.
It was slow to get in with people coming in. Cooper Canton with the handoff, and now they're just doing that run, and it is Marshawn DeWalt, and we've got another Cougar down. Looks like it's Johnson who made the stop, is down on the ground.
So, Thomas Eagles is going to go with left tackle.
I don't know that this one is a cramp, though. They're not working on the leg.
But he's on the field. He's on the field.
Just kind of standing above him and talking to him.
Yep.
Letting him work it out, and then
yeah, well, he's gonna come on off.
walking off gingerly.
Yep.
Trying to get all the water people off once again.
Well, fourth down for South Kitsap, and we'll see if they're going to punt. Cooper Canton back there to do that. That is nice to be able to have your quarterback as your punter.
It comes in handy, that's for sure.
Gives you a pretty good option that a lot of teams don't have.
Clock continues to run.
And timeout South. Well, it was 20 years ago, 1994, when the South Kitsap Wolves won the state championship over at the Tacoma Dome.
At the King Dome.
King Dome, yeah. They beat Walla Walla.
Walla Walla.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and that
Okay,
was...
name that quarterback.
Well, there were actually two.
Correct.
Burris and Willie Bloomquist, who ended up doing most of the quarterbacking towards the end of the season. Of course, Willie, one of my all-time favorite baseball players.
He on the injured reserve, not going to be able to finish out the season with the Mariners after he had been such an important
bummer.
part, you
Yep.
know. They've come up with Andy Chavez, who's done a lot of veteran-like moves for him, but it's a sad thing that Willie was unable to finish the season.
Well, and of course, Coach Ed Fisher, the head man for those South Kitsap Wolves team. Roger Fossum, Larry Rowe, and I down there to follow them to that dome. Had a great time.
Oh, nice punt. My Lord, that was high.
That's a good one. Oh, no,
Oh.
and it's dropped. And South Kitsap, I think, got it. Yep, that's the way they're pointing. They did. He was signaling for a fair catch.
Which was the right thing to do.
Yep, but
And
that
you
was
have to
so
realize,
high.
well,
Up in the lights.
that was
coming
my
down.
point, Doc. Trying to get something out of those lights, no matter how good they are at night. If you've ever played softball late at night, which a few of my people have, trying to catch it in the outfield through the lights can be quite a task. And what a weapon that kick is.
That was a nice
How
punt.
high he kicked that.
Well, and a few years ago, you and I, Brent Woolard, Patricia maybe on the camera, Michael Mathis maybe.
Exactly.
Down at the Tacoma Dome.
That was
as
when
the
Central Kitsap
Cougars made it to the semifinals. Brent down on the field reporting for us, doing his best Saragossa.
Literally on the
On the
field,
field.
showing us how they did some things. It was great.
It was, yeah. It's always fun to be able to follow one of our local teams into postseason, because then we get to be homers.
Well, you and I and everybody else here, we work as volunteers, which is, as you might guess, not paid. Our payment are moments like that, where we get to watch these kids go to state, the different times that we followed them, or just the fun games that we see and the talent that we see, and so many of these guys who've gone on to college and even some to the pros.
Okay, we've got a new QB in there for South Kitsap, and he hands off to a new running back.
Now, number 3 was Kevin White, the kicker. But they also had 2 3s in there at one time. The other 3 being, maybe it really is finally Cooper Canton.
I think it's Cole Craner.
Oh, you're right.
And
Kevin White's
number
the other side.
25 should be Drew Randall, who is running. Craner is a junior. And Coach Canton getting some of the other guys some playing time. Like I said, they haven't really this is the first game of the season. They haven't had a full game with pads and everything else on.
Ooh, that might have been one of those newer guys starting out a little fast, number 24.
Yeah, that would be...
Oh, Skolta's been out there quite a bit.
Skolta has, but...
Just might have been a different cadence coming from this quarterback. 25 seconds remaining.
Well, I'm glad we were able to bring the community this great rivalry between these two Central Kitsap, South Kitsap football teams.
What we've pretty much yearly, if we can do it, we're doing this game.
That's correct. And this year, unlike many previous years, the first game of the season instead of the last.
Very true.
So Central Kitsap has got some work to do, Kitty, but they've got some good points out there. South Kitsap also has some work to do, but they were definitely the stronger team tonight.
Remember, 2 of their touchdowns came off of turnovers, and so their offense didn't have to go quite as far. They still have some things to do, but with a 21-3 victory, they're going to be really happy What they're not going to be happy about are the number of penalties they had again. Not quite 29, but I know it was in the teens.
Well, I'm sure that Coach Cooper will be looking at the film and
Coach
talking
Canton,
about...
yeah, he will be.
Excuse me. Yeah. It lasted all game long. But Eric Canton, head coach for South Kitsap, his son Cooper Canton doing a great job as the starting QB for the Wolves.
This is something different. I have not seen the coaches line separate from the players line the way they're doing it tonight. So maybe this is a new tradition we're going to see, but the players going through tough for the seniors for Central Kitsap to start out this way, but I know Coach Keel will get them right back on it, and they will be playing Olympic next week.
That's gonna
right
be a
here
fun
at
one.
Silverdale Stadium, 7:15. You will find it again on air at kitsapsun.com/GOTW.
And again, thanks to the Sun and their sponsors, Peninsula Subaru, Dickey's Barbecue, and Amy's on the Bay for making the live stream possible. Thanks to Spencer Anderson for doing his great job on the camera and getting that computer to work. And you, Kitty, thank you for putting the things together and working the other microphone. And I'm the doctor, Doc Parr, for West Sound TV, saying stay tuned. We will see you soon.
Oh, jerky bad.